Good morning, everyone. Pursuant to Chapter 4, Section 85 of the New York City Charter, a meeting of the Bronx Borough Board will take place this morning, Wednesday, March 12th, starting at 10:16. It's being held at 851 Grand Concourse, Bronx, New York, in room 405A. I want to acknowledge that the Borough Board meeting is being live streamed by BronxNet. Thank you to our partners at BronxNet for live streaming this conversation. Once again, welcome everyone. I want to welcome you all to our new space. Again, we're here at Borough Hall. We're trying to create, again, a space where we can come together comfortably. I know that the heat this morning, the temperature is a little high. We can't control that, but what we can control is really trying to make you all comfortable and create a space where we can cross collaborate and continue to welcome these conversations. And once again, thank you for joining us. We will start with roll call so that everyone can identify themselves. I want to begin by acknowledging that our district managers are also present here this morning. So I want to start off with Community Board 1, Community Board 2,
Elvis Olson.
Community Board 3, Community Board 4,
Beverly Bond.
good morning, Community Board 5, Community Board 6,
Don Papers.
good morning, Chair, Community Board 7, Community Board 8,
Present. Good morning.
good morning, Community Board 9,
Make Jim the chair.
good morning, Mr. Chair, Community Board 10, Community Board 11, Community Board 12. Right. Moving on to City Council member representatives, starting off with District 8, the Honorable Deputy Speaker Diana Ayala.
I use America on behalf of that.
Thank you. District 11, Council member Eric Dinowitz.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Stephanie Rodriguez on behalf of Councilmember Bill.
Good morning, Stephanie. District 12, Council member Kevin Riley.
Good morning, my name is Zambia. I'm on the Animal Kennedy Riley.
Good morning. Thank you.
Mm.
District 13, Council member Christy Mormorato.
Good morning. Mark Nice represents the Councilwoman Morala.
Good morning. District 14, Council member Pirina Sanchez. District 15, Council member Oswald Feliz.
Good morning, everybody. It's Bronx Diaz on behalf of Councilmember Feliz.
District 16, Council member Althea Stevens.
Good morning, everyone. Caroline Martinez on behalf of Councilmember Althea Stevens. I do want to say Tyreek Israel apologizes for not being here today.
We're happy to see you present. District 17, Council member Rafael Salamanca. District 18, Council member Amanda Farias. Okay. Once again, thank you all for being here. I just want to see if there are any city agencies that are present. Hearing none. All right, wonderful. So we'll move forward. We have a very short agenda for you all this morning with a single item, but a very important item nevertheless. We have, I want to introduce Ms. Betty McCray, which you all know as our Director of Capital Projects. She is feeling a little unwell this morning, so I will have our colleague Stacy Strong, who will provide an overview and highlights of the budget priorities. So with that, Adam Strong.
Thank you, Madam Deputy. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of our Director of Capital Programs, I have a prepared speech on the matter. On January 16th, 2025, Mayor Adams released a $114.6 billion preliminary budget for fiscal year 2026. The preliminary budget features several restorations, new investments to support families and children in New York. Key elements include one-year restorations for the Learning to Work and summarizing programs, allowing parents and providers to plan summer activities for children. Additionally, the proposed budget allocates new funding for tenant protections, beds for runaway and homeless youth, career readiness programs, rental assistance for new parents, park cleaning, and swimming safety initiatives. The preliminary budget adds and restores funding for various initiatives. $31 million for fiscal year 26 Learning to Work with the Department of Education. $770,000 baselined to open additional schoolyards as playgrounds for the Department of Education. $80 million for fiscal year 26 DOE summarizing under the Department of Education. $6 million baselined for runaway homeless youth expansion to support 100 additional beds, bringing the total number of beds to 913 for DYCD. $2.6 million for Baby Box Pilot, which provides free baby supplies and postpartum materials to new parents through the Department of Health and Hospitals. $6 million for Bridge to Home, that provides homeless New Yorkers with severe mental illness with psychiatric and substance abuse treatment and temporary housing through the Department of Health and Hospitals. $1.2 million to increase staffing levels for various HPD code enforcement programs through HPD. Expanding second shift cleaning to 100 more hotspots at 64 parks throughout the city through the Department of Parks. $5.5 million baseline to add more lifeguards and staff to offer free swimming lessons through the Department of Parks. $2.2 million baselined for the mayor's public engagement service unit staff to support housing placement through Department of Social Services. Lastly, $1.1 million towards expanding bridge and tunnel repair capacity through DOT. Although investments were made only in fiscal year 25, for some key initiatives like 3K seats, special education pre-K classes, SYUP Metro cards, rental assistance, families in New York City homeless system, youth homelessness, the mental health continuum, and tree stump removal, they're likely to end unless restored in fiscal year 26 adopted budget. The mayor should continue to fund programs that strengthen families and communities, such as mental health clinics, behavioral health services, homelessness prevention, rental assistance, and affordable childcare. As New Yorkers look to the future, we expect our mayor to prioritize the well-being of all families and communities. Essential investments will lead to a better future for everyone in our city. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stacey, for that. Before we continue, I just want to acknowledge that we've been joined by representatives of our majority leader, Amanda Farias. Thank you for joining us this morning. Right. You can come. Yeah. Wonderful. So pursuant to Section 241 of the City Charter, I forward for your consideration to adopt a comprehensive statement on the budget priorities of the Bronx Borough Board for fiscal year 2026. The Bronx Borough Board held a public hearing on February 10th, 2025, where members of the public and representatives of neighborhood organizations and institutions presented testimony. The draft budget priorities report was shared with all of the members of the Borough Board for their review and comments. And so I want to ask, are there any questions or comments related to the draft budget priorities report? Hearing none, I ask that a motion be made to approve the budget priorities report. Thank you. I request a second. Second. Wonderful. So we move on to the votes. Starting with Community Board chairpersons. Community Board 1. Community Board 2.
Yes.
Thank you. Community Board 3. Community Board 4.
Yes.
Thank you. Community Board 5. Community Board 6.
Yes.
Thank you. Community Board 7. Community Board 8.
Aye.
Thank you. Community Board 9.
Yes.
Thank you. Community Board 10. Community Board 11. Community Board 12. Moving on to council member representatives. Council member Diana Ayala.
Deputy Speaker Ayala Bostelstein.
Council member Eric Dinowitz.
Councilmember Denoise also votes to abstain.
Council member Kevin Riley.
Councilmember Riley said yes.
Thank you. Council member Christy Marmorato.
Councilman Momorado votes aye on all.
Council member Pirina Sanchez. Council member Oswald Feliz.
Councilmember Feliz votes yes on all.
Council member Althea Stevens.
Councilmember Althea Stevens votes to abstain.
Thank you. Council member Rafael Salamanca.
Councilmember Salamanca votes to abstain.
I want to acknowledge that we've also been joined by a representative from Councilmember Salamanca's office. Councilmember Majority Leader Amanda Farias.
Councilmember Baez votes to abstain.
And on behalf of Bronx Borough President Vanessa L. Gibson, we vote yes. So with that, the budget priorities report passes. Thank you all for your 9 yeas and 0 nays and 5 abstentions. Thank you again for your contributions and collaborations on that. And that concludes our agenda items for this morning. Really quickly, I just want to thank you all once again for attending and sustaining the temperature this morning. Our next meeting of the Borough Service Cabinet will be held on April 2nd. The next Borough Board meeting will be held on Monday, April 7th, right here in this room. And I want to move on to announcements. Any announcements from our community boards and or council member representatives?
Yes. On March 25th, there will be third dinner posted by Borough President's Office to encourage the local elected officials. You all welcome to join.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair.
Is it actually?
7. Oh, yeah,
That's the BSC, right? That's Borough Board.
Borough Board on the 7th, once again, and Borough Service Cabinet April 2nd. I want to pass it over to our Director of Community Boards, Mrs. Kira Gannon, to speak on our community board applications. You could use this one.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. As you know, we extended our community board application to March 21st. We've been doing a lot of outreach out on the ground, and we appreciate you sharing the application. There are some boards that we're still seeking more applications for. They have a high number of vacancies. Also, in addition to that, something that the borough president has been working on for about 3 years is getting DCAS to offer more trainings to the community boards. Just this week, NYC Learns sent out an email to all staff and members. So please remind your membership at your next meeting to check their emails and sign up for New York City Learns. I do anticipate some people may have not gotten the email, so I just want to make sure that we're in touch on this process. Some of you may remember in the past you needed a special passcode, a special ID to be able to do the trainings, and it was a complete nightmare. This is going to be much easier. You'll be able to complete them at home with just your email address. So please let me know if there are any issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kira. Moving on to Bronx Borough President announcements. Earlier this week, the Borough President released the Birthing Center report. Here's a physical copy. The report is a policy and analytical report outlining the needs of Bronx mothers and advocating for the establishment of a birthing center here in the Bronx. This is part of the borough president's maternal health priorities. We invite you to take a look at the report. We're open to feedback. Our hope with this report is to just encourage the conversation, to shed light on what the data looks like. It's horrifying to say the least. But again, we're encouraged and hope that this report again welcomes the conversations of the real needs and the maternal health care crisis that's happening right here in our borough. The report is available on our website, but if you want a physical copy, let us know and we're happy to get one to you. Moving on to other announcements, as mentioned at the Borough Service Cabinet meeting, our higher education college fair is happening on March 12th, 10 a.m. And we will share these flyers with everyone. At Mercy University, we're highlighting all the local colleges. We know that Bronx County is a college town. So all of our local institutions will be there, but we'll also be providing additional resources around financial aid, scholarships, different degree programs, continuing education, workforce mentorships, and other workshops. So please encourage your constituency to attend. We're also celebrating Irish Heritage Month. It'll take place Saturday, March 15th at Wicked Wolf. Again, our flyers will be shared. And our long-awaited State of the Borough 2025, where the borough president will be outlining again for her priorities for the next 4 years, but also what we've accomplished in the last 3 years. So we welcome you all to attend. March 20th, it'll take place at Demon College, the Loving Girl Theater. Doors open at 5 p.m. and the program starts at 6 p.m. And as our Mr. Chairman mentioned, our Bronx Iftar event celebration will take place Thursday, March 27th, here in our rotunda at 6 p.m. And moving on to April, we will be hosting a celebration of Garifuna Heritage April 3rd from 6 to 9 p.m. right here at Bronx Borough Hall. And that concludes our meeting of the Borough Board this morning. Once again, thank you for your attendance, your attention, and contributions to this year's budget. Thank you so much. Thank you, BronxNet, for live streaming.
You want to-